In this video, I'm going to be showing you how we added $118,000 in monthly revenue to this brand with email marketing. And I'm going to be covering the most important parts of our work that directly led to this revenue increase, including full before and after screenshots of their monthly email revenue, sort of what their dashboard metrics looked like, full before and after breakdown of their top flows and campaign strategy, as well as before and after of their email designs. What did their emails used to look like and what do they look like now? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Max Alexander. I'm the founder of Skyro Digital, which is a retention marketing agency that has generated over $39 million in e-commerce revenue. All right, part one, before and after. So before we started working with them, they were doing $42,000 a month from email, which was around 12% of their total store revenue. 1 year after, now they're doing $160,000 from email, which is around 38% of their total store revenue. And the reason that I was comparing, April 2023 to April 2024 is because the brand is very seasonal. So the screenshots are from the same month, 2 different years to show the most direct comparison. And they were working with their previous agency until May 2023, which was when, we took over. So April 2023 was their last month with them. All right, part two, the welcome flow. So this was what they had before, super basic. The design was pretty mid-tier and just has overall way too much text and not a lot of strategy put into the overall email structure here. So here's what we made after, and we made it using our email structure that is optimized for maximum conversions. So you can see we blacked out the anything that would identify the brand here for confidentiality purposes, but just straight away you can see from a design perspective it looks a lot better. But from a technical standpoint, in terms of maximizing conversion rates, what we want to do is direct their sort of scarce attention on a few limited words versus previously we're not doing a whole lot of funneling of their attention. So in this version, we're welcoming them to the brand. We want to give them the code right away to claim their mystery offer, which is why they signed up in the first place, and then give them a clear call to action that contrasts against the background, and then nice hero image showing off the product, which over here, they kind of had it, but this isn't one of their best sellers, and it's just overall not very aesthetically pleasing. All right, give some concise copy, sort of, giving them some context about why the brand is trustworthy. All right, so 34 years of expertise, unique selling points. We focus on highest quality, blah, blah, blah. We're family owned and operated out of the US, which is very important to their target demographic. And then down here, after you've sort of given a brief brand explanation, you want to restate the offer, all right? And this is gonna convert the people who needed some more context about the brand before they were ready to buy. They scroll down here, use this code, and then CTA. And then down here, you wanna show them some of your best sellers, all right? And then down here, you could give some more sort of USPs and unique selling points in infographic form. So fast shipping is a common sort of question that they get, 30-day money-back guarantee, free shipping, and then 110% low price guarantee, where they will sort of price match anything else on the market. So that was the welcome flow. So getting into the abandoned cart / checkout flow, which is their second highest revenue producing flow. So here's the flow funnel. All right. So essentially, to get into this funnel in the first place, they have to come to your website and opt in, right? So that's going to be the pop-up form. Anybody who opts in then gets sent through the welcome flow, but they could also receive any of these other flows depending on, their level of intent and how close they were to purchasing the product, where they are in the sales funnel. So if they're just active on site and they're not really looking at any products, this is the lowest intent. We want to hit them with a site abandonment flow, and I'm going to show you examples from this brand from what all these flows look like. Viewed product, if somebody views a product but doesn't proceed to the next stage, which is adding the cart, then they get dropped into the browse abandonment flow. If they add any products to cart, then they are entered into the cart abandonment flow, and they start checkout. That's checkout abandonment. And if they place an order, then they go into the post-purchase flow. And you can only be in one of these at a time. So if you view a product and start checkout, then you're not going to get into this browse abandonment flow. So you have flow filters to prevent that. and you would just instead go into the abandoned checkout flow. So this is what they had before for their abandoned cart / abandoned checkout flow. And as you can see right here, it looks pretty bad, right? You have white text on a yellow background, so it's not very readable. We're not really saying much here with the text. It's mostly just fluff / filler. And it didn't even have a dynamic cart block. So overall, it's pretty terrible. Here's what we made after. So products are waiting in your cart, hero image, short text. All right, we don't want them reading a whole bunch of stuff on this email. And what we want to do is dynamically show the products that were in their cart, which is what we're doing right here, along with quantity, price, etc. And then clear call to action, resume your order. And then down here, we want to restate the unique selling points that sort of add value to the purchase here. So fast shipping, 30-day money back guarantee, all that stuff. All right, so that's what we have. And this is just email 1. There's going to be multiple emails in this flow, typically anywhere from 4 to 5, let's just say, in the abandoned cart and abandoned checkout flow. All right, part 4, the browse abandonment flow. And the people who enter into this flow are the people who view products on the website, but aren't high intent enough to start adding products to their cart. Like that's sort of where they drop off. So it's going to be a bit of a lower intent audience. And here's what they had before. As you can see right here, from just an aesthetic standpoint, it doesn't look very good. From a conversion standpoint, isn't very good. You're reducing the likelihood of people even reading all this stuff because it's a lot of text. The headline and text isn't actually saying anything that's going to drive conversions. Like bring your family together. Like what is this? And light text on light background, somebody sees this on their phone, the likelihood that they skip this is very high, all right? Versus our version, which, not only looks better from an aesthetic standpoint, but dark text on light background, which is the best combination from a conversion standpoint. And shorter text, all we want to do at this point is just give them a brief reminder, because what you'll see is people will go to your website, view different things, and sign up for the email list, and then a few hours later they have no idea who you are. People are very sort of ADHD like that. So top quality playground equipment, we're showing the product being used. You want to dynamically show the last product that they're reviewing, because that's going to have the highest likelihood of them sort of being interested and clicking through to that product page. And then down here, once again, we want to restate the unique selling points to boost conversion that way. Part 5, the post-purchase flow. So this gets sent to anybody who places an order, and typically you're going to segment it based on how many times they've purchased from you in the past. For instance, you're going to send different stuff to somebody who's a new customer. They've placed order with you for the first time, versus somebody who's a repeat customer and they've purchased from you like 4 times or more. All right. So here's what they had before, and yeah, this one's really good because this one, it literally doesn't make any sense. So perfect edition, thanks for a recent order. And what they're doing here is somebody buys backyard toys, they're upselling a backyard swing set. So imagine buying backyard toys for like, $20, and then it's like, here, buy this swing set for $1,000. Like, and then lo and behold, in the account, it's generated 0 sales over all time. And this was running previously for a year. Which they divided it by product, and in a way that it didn't even make sense. So upselling a high ticket item to somebody who bought a $20 product. So yeah, didn't perform really well. Also looks pretty terrible. Our version, all right, so we gave them a general sort of coupon code. Here we have a gift for you, 5%. And the coupon code in this case is pretty low, just because with this particular brand, their margins aren't super high. So, we can't go too crazy on the discounts here. And hi name, thanks for your order. And you want to include the customer's first name because, to purchase from you, they have to put in their name. So you're always going to have somebody's name. We want to offer you 5% on your next purchase, valid for the next 48 hours only. All right, so you want to give them some urgency here, because otherwise they're just going to save it in their inbox and then forget about it. All right. So, and you want to test out sort of the optimal time to send this, whether it's right away or 7 days later, whatever the case may be. And it's going to depend a little bit on the brand, but and then suggest some products based on what they just purchased. All right, but even just looking at it, our version looks a lot better, and as you would probably guess, this one has a much higher conversion rate versus this one, which had a 0% conversion rate. So that is the post-purchase upsell. Part 6, the site abandonment flow. And we don't have a before screenshot for this one because their previous agency didn't even set this up. And essentially what the site abandonment flow is it targets anybody who came to the website but didn't view any products. Sort of, they might have seen an ad or a post on social, were interested enough to come to the websites, put in their email, but that's sort of where they stopped, all right? So at this level of intent, they don't really know much about the brand. They don't know what products that you sell. So you need to be a bit more sort of educational and, the content here. Tell them sort of what the brand is about and also promote some of your best-selling products because that has the highest likelihood of catching their attention. So in this case, our play sets are perfect for kids of blah, blah, blah. Basically, we're telling them, who this product is for and what type of products that you have. So swings, slides, climbs, accessories, etc. And then bestsellers down here. Part 7, campaigns. All right, so this is what they had before. Like this was actually a campaign that they sent. So, and it doesn't really say anything. So have a question. We've created an extensive FAQ page to answer blah, blah, blah. So literally their idea of a campaign was, oh, have a question? Check out our FAQ page. Like it's insane, like this. Well, here, I wrote a write-up here. So as you can see right here, this is horrible quality. The copy is not personalized at all to the brand/audience. Feels like it was copy-pasted across all their clients as a quote-unquote FAQ campaign template. Also looks terrible from a design perspective. And in comparison, our content strategy was based on really understanding what the brand's customers are like and what type of content would be valuable to them and what would make them interested in the product, which you'll see here in a second. But yeah, I mean, if you read this, like it definitely feels like it's just not personalized at all. We've created an extensive FAQ page to answer your questions and our website, products, and general questions about playground equipment. Take a look and blah, blah, blah. Like it's the laziest campaign I've ever seen. And no surprise, it did terribly performance-wise. It converted somebody at like $35 and that was it. All right, now compare that to our content campaign, which is, value-based content that the customer would actually, find useful or helpful when selecting a slide, let's just say. So the guide to choosing the perfect backyard slide. And essentially what we're doing here is helping them select the best possible slide based on what age their kids are. For instance, for toddlers, which are 2 to 4 years old, you're going to optimize more around safety, things that, are the lowest risk versus if you have kids that are 8 years old or older, you're going to want more, more fun slides that aren't necessarily optimized around, safety, right? And then how do you choose a high quality plastic, and then educating them on that. And then how do you actually style your slide when you, fit it into your backyard. And then down here, you want to, subtly plug the product. It's like, oh, if you're ready to buy a new slide, we have some on our website. Check it out, all right? And this one converted super well. And both on an engagement standpoint and also just in terms of people purchasing the product. So yeah. And this is what a lot of our campaign strategy is going to be mostly educational / value-based campaigns with the occasional, product plug. All right. And that obviously worked a lot better than previous campaigns, which, weren't really thought out, were very templated, and didn't really have any strategy behind it and were overall very low effort. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to learn how to set up any of the flows that I covered in this video here, I have full in-depth tutorials about all of them. Check them out here.